Sand King, both melee strength heroes. Undying just loves those type of hero matchups where he's able to just get decay, get a tombstone down, and having
the way the teams have come to counter out this kind of strategy. They just smoke up S5, they run straight into the Shadow King, try and kill him before he can actually get to the lane. And well, good kinetic fields. Neko will be the first blood here eventually, at the very least. Then they able to stay alive, and a bit of extra play. A couple of right clicks coming through up the high ground. So M19 don't quite... It's very interesting to see how these lanes will shape up. It's been a while since we've actually seen an offline clockwork. But the idea is, alright, just try and work around your power cards, get the mana burn off. Try and soak as much experience as you can. And arguably it got much harder in general for the offlane ever since the patch. But clockwork, at the very least you can get that first lane a little bit closer to your tower with the cogs, but he's already taking quite a bit of harassment here. Meanwhile down bottom, Blizzard. There's some situation here. Crystallize linked up by Soneko, and this will be first kill in favor of Navi. Nyx will try and contest a few more of these under the tower. General's gonna get us level 3 at least from that, and good number of last hits too. So he'll be absolutely fine with the way this game's going.
Yeah, getting boots up on clockwork.
Guess so. Kinetic field as well as the Thunderstrike, but they actually catch Dandy in here. He's caught by the right legs. Roger with the TPN. He takes a couple of tower shots, but nothing. Turn things around a little bit. He's still holding on to 12 souls, so it'll make it hard for Viper to poison attack. Not that every
top lane.
Don't want to. Oh god, that is. Walker actually gets a kill here on the Disruptor. As long as Danny's still missing strength with Hume continuing to roam around towards mid. Roger though, he was smoked up I believe. Now gets the burst strike off. Early infused rain out here will block some of the damage, but General rotating in, 2 points up a battery assault. This Undying should end up falling. Might be able to get himself the Knight to Roshan, but don't get damage here.
General's got 10 denies. Those were probably mostly cogs though. So.
Okay. Oh yeah, more than likely. I mean, Nyx is still doing quite well. 30 last hits here to the 26 of the Weaver. Crystallize also left his own devices down bottom. And they'll be fine. Nightstalk in the offlanes. Okay, Wendy in mid. Actually in a bit of trouble. Soneko's there to heal him up a little bit, but he's full health himself. Only has that extra bit of turnaround from the overcharge. With Roger also rotating in, they get the kill on Stock offlane just because he's basically using his first nighttime to just farm. You're missing out on all this pressure that okay. Viper again, Novix is not just Soneko who's all over the place. Like Soneko's the first aid, like the medic, and Roger's the scout that just tries to be aggressive. Now another burst strike.
Good burrow.
Good play support again. Navi still very low on the Dandy count. General coming through as well though, and looking straight for Muriel, running him down with the battery assault. Kinetic field will not catch him in time, or will it? No, not quite enough. Now the hookshot coming online onto Pikachu, catches him inside the cards now. It's link from Soneko, giving him that extra bit of potency. General will secure a second kill for his thing. Roger will fall to Yoon, but hey. Should still be happy with that, especially since Dandy survived the whole ordeal and made it all the way back to base.
It's a lot of church with the souls, but in a lot of cases it's actually better just to die than run back all the way to base.
Well, it's daytime again, they're gonna go look for Blizzy. The bugs actually do not connect on a Night Stalker, so they don't have exact vision. Just trying to juke and dive a little bit, but crystallizing General. No, they have plenty of health points between them. Tank up the tower a little bit, especially with Soneko coming through, but into the Chronosphere. Nyx making that rotation, trying to make that trade happen, but doesn't actually have to kill.
If Nyx would have attacked the Wisp once, he would have cancelled the regen on the Wisp, which may have allowed him to get that kill, but then he has to run back and forth there, so suboptimal use. This Viper may go down mid till Roger here. Got 2 points in burrow.
Only cancelled here by the Rocket player, but now Roger sounds up as Blizzy makes rotation with his nighttime ultimate. They won't get that turnaround here. Still participation actually now. Hookshot comes through. Pikachu is still super low. Tombstone comes out. A couple of heals from Hume. General, he might be the one in trouble. He is straight up TPing out. Nothing there to cancel it actually. Muriel get the glimpse of in time by the looks of it. Scoot right on out of there. Another cell. Bringing up a decent amount of health points. Fine, but hookshot up top. Lizzie caught by it right under the tower. Mass CP's coming through here. There's not another chronosphere available, but the heals from Hume. Now the decay. Forcing out the burst strike from Roger, so he should be able to get the turn on kill onto General. The zombie still following the Sanking here. Does have the Sandstorm available? Chronosphere actually.
I kind of higher 7k friends, and they were saying that Shadow Fiends should almost always be going for the Dragonlance build nowadays, as we do have the glimpse on top. Roger
tried to play his way out of there with the burst strike just as glimpse came up. He's still going to take the damage over time. General trying to escape, but not quite getting near inside the cogs. With the battery assault, it might have been a kill right there.
He regrets his decision.
There's the Chronosphere actually coming through. There's a Static Storm to follow this up with. If he wants to drop it out, and there it is just now. No kinetic field though, to relocate in. Denny coming in from the back, trying to find something here. Nyx forced to dive down to the south. Sit from Uriel here, going to the east here to try and dodge us out. And, well, Whisper's back. Dendy left him to no devices here. They're still trying. Couple of raises here, but Nyx undoes the damage. TP also forced out from Rogers, and now it's M19 on the run. Long range raise available here, and he gets it just on the edge. Despite the glimpse.
Thanks for the glimpse. Yeah, just farming efficiency.
Farming the hookshot though. General has other plans. He wants to find Muriel here. Plays up against 2. He should be able to get the kill. But can he get himself out of this situation now? No TP this time. Nyx is there with a bash anyway. He'll pay with his own life. 6 seconds or so on the Static Storm cooldown.
Roger connects the full top.
Really Shadow Fiend crystallized coming in from the side. Hume, this time it will fall. Tombstone is down, but it will be farmed up immediately. But no, Blizzard Pikachu try and fight up against Danny and Snako, but the hookshot coming in. Pikachu will fall to the right clicks despite the break coming out of the bug. Still nibbling away at Blizzy and also giving that extra vision. One Gemini attack will finish him off.
This will be close. I wonder, do they know? They have the ward. They seem to be pinging it out.
He's tanking it up, so the bug will nibble away, but M19 coming through with the Static Storm catches too, then Luke down Snako. Then he caught in the middle of that, but he is endless with the Shadow Blade. Chronosphere just a little bit too late to catch him inside of that as well, but they do get crystallized. Meanwhile, the back, Pikachu dies to the epicenter. Roger wrapping around, does have another burst strike available, but M19 doing that right now without the follow-up damage, especially without crystallized. Then he can solo. They'll look to finish up Roshan themselves, so drop down the Tombstone. They also catch Roger on the outside. Gonna be a freebie on the Sanking here, despite the Burrow Strike attempt out of that kinetic field. Aegis now in hands of Nyx. M19.
In a game like that, you're like, oh, I don't want to get Lincolns because it can be popped easily. They may go on Roger here.
Yeah, they get the dust off. Should be able to just right-click it down under cover of the silence here. Get the Burrow Strike off, but the Thunder Strike will finish him off. With the Glyph delaying this here, they will not be able to get much more out of that before they have to respawn to top to some extent, and if that was the case, Navi would win a victory because there isn't Aegis in M19. They want to take a fight right now. Or do they? DD and Shadow Fiend still pretty damn scary.
Especially with the new BKB.
Right. Through here, signs up on the clockwork. He's still has better assault going. Now the Epicenter being channeled up. Get the burst strike on 2. Pikachu caught under the tower. Tombstone is going. Pikachu being healed up. Now there's the Chronosphere. Also catches his eye on the side. Relocate. Not really doing anything. It's being cancelled. The BKB on Denny is also in this, but I see him. They bring him down. Only the mini ults. Now Weaver caught in front. Let's see. Gets the timeless out. Everyone's super low on M19, but Nyx is still walking away. In general, doesn't even care about the Blake Mail. Pikachu might take his spell here on top of the 2 supports, and he will indeed between Crystallize and Sanking doing the damage. Lizzie, okay, he can always fly across, but the bug nibbling away. Also providing vision. Crystallize wants a kill. And Roger with another blink in. Nyx gonna have some work to do here, but he cannot see Roger. He cannot right click what you cannot see. And yeah.
Fairly even fight though, I think. They do get the tower, which is nice, and Dendy has to go farm to get up his soul.
You will just trying to push it out, trying to get some extra level. Have you been reading chat? Because I just noticed that there was one guy who was confused. I do apologize, but at the very least we don't have an actual Nyx assassin in the game. I've said that a couple of times, but for now I'm dying. Well, he is dying.
Well done.
Didn't even know that you could do that, but I guess if it works with the Monkey King 3 jump, it should work with First Strike too. Yun trying to TP out will be successful. But Disruptor not so much. The Chronosphere, and it's coming down from the south.
Yeah,
Good intercept Dandy and or Roger, and there is Dandy actually popping the ultimate before the Chronosphere can come out. Pikachu on the outside, able to get some right clicks in. Shadow Fiend should end up falling, but Roger turning things around here with a big old epicenter to finally bring down the Night Stalker, but too many heroes for M19 and not enough for Navi. The rest of the lineup said, nope, you guys deal with that on your own. They're just bailing on out the Clockwork Rocket though. That gets... Looks like they'll be able to finish up Roshan, especially with Talk blocking the path. They kept going fucking General Roger. Oh, doing up that epicenter. Oh, into the Chronosphere! But they still get it off. Night Stalker going in there as well. Trying to do what he can, but then you've got the Aegis. They're still gonna lose a few heroes. General, first one to fall. Now the rest of Navi on the retreat.
She's on Night Stalker.
The high ground though, he doesn't have the ultimate in case anyone comes up, but the loops back onto Roger, back to the front lines here. They're right clicking him down. Denny with the ultimate, gets it off, couple raises, right clicks here. They're trying to fight against him, but a BKB keeps him alive for long enough to gain a couple of kills. At least all the heroes have anyway. And now, right back, they still want to commit for us here. Nick's taking quite a bit of damage here. Can time walk it off. Pikachu out of health points, out of mana here. Does not have enough for 4-star. His one's actually
too much opportunity to disengage, so he might as well just pop the BKB.
MKB completed here in the Faceless Void. Pretty decent on him in particular. Up to BKB though, he's still alive for a little bit longer. 10-second one too, so.
Dandy has DD
back
here.
Onto Roger here, no burst strike this time here. They get the dust off and make sure they keep an eye on him. Two supports working away at him while Pikachu chases him with Navi. Should be fine. Might get a burst strike up to the high ground. Blizzy
will he throw the blank
and he will fall. But they
saw the flare.
It's a possibility to come up soon. General, well, this time should end up falling. Yeah, let's get a juke and dive across the trees. Here, Nick's actually inside the cockpit to get the glimpse. They get a big old Chronosphere glimpse actually out of it. It's a bit awkward here. The General has no help. He should still end up dying. It was a zoning Chrono. Yeah, most likely what's going to happen. But I would love to see refreshing shot on him dying. He also has the Tombstone Death Talent. He can get like at least 3 Tombstones out.
Gift of eternity.
To give them the Aegis maybe 4. Would not necessarily be effective, but it would be hilarious to say the least. But at the same time, while the Aegis was happening, yeah, Dandy. He claimed his tier 3 tower. The Dire Courier has been killed. He gets glimpsed back, but relocated out.
He goes top to take the tower.
Top lane, what the hell? It's not even relocated out. They just want more objectives. And well, Seneko will go right back to the bottom lane into the static zone. So he will be punished, but that was definitely Pikachu and Yum. They kind of isolate from the rest of the team. So
yes,
walking in, shows himself with the rocket. Bendy and Seneko can do everything he can channel. They'll be able to bring down the zombie.
Will he get cheese off?
Could be, yeah. That was BKB keeping him safe. Now the rest of the team, Nyx scrambling to try and get close there. But Navi on the Bonnie here and following Seneko. He might end up falling. Honestly, that's a noble sacrifice. You don't even really care about the IO dying in these situations at this point. He's still alive somehow. Now Roger and Dandy. Oh, this could be a big one here. Chronosphere available. Nyx going forward. And looking to try to do the damage. Some do a lot, some not so much, but they get the time lock after Chronosphere for the extra control. So they get the big old Dandy and they also find Roger on the side. So 2 kills, both of them have buyback. And bottom lane, look at this, Crystallize. Seneko linking up with him here. They're doing damage to the range tracks this time. This is unhealable damage. They get the first racks of the game, also trying to commit for the melee barracks right now. They know that there's a Chronosphere unless I want to use a refresher shot. The glimpse just a little bit.
He's got the Sukuchi. Plus 1 Geminate attack for his movement speed. The AC up on the Void.
Trying to get the lands in a position though where they can.
Pikachu's low here.
There's double Chrono available if they want Pikachu though. On the side, just like finding Blizzy Muriel and the hooks up through from General. They're gonna get an extra couple of kills here, more than likely. The Blizzy flying across inside, and now the rest of M19 decide, hey, we should help our teammates scare off the rest of Navi. Still holding on to the refresher shot at this point. They might get a second one. O'Shan will be back in a minute. But look at this bottom lane. Relocating. Lift force that. They have double catapults here as well. This Black will fall. More than likely here. Or they relocate back out. They try to do the thing. Glimpse him back, but again, Muriel just missing the timing. Again, they don't really have vision. They have this one obvious wall.
Roger setting up bottom.
Oh, the Viper. It does have the relocate coming in. A couple of right clicks. Another cheese being eaten by the Viper. And it turns around here. The shrine was taken care of earlier. It's still in the area anyway. Will he also make it? They will get Roger here eventually.
And that's the gem. Will they see the gem this time? I don't know.
Well, bottom lane is kind of a decent spot. They're looking for mid too. They can put the limbs here on the Snagger. That's a big one here. Still, it's not quite a PG again. Alright. Two heroes. And I win button. No, a rapier that was destroyed after 5 minutes or something.
Oh, they get crystallized. That's a big beat, just like ultimate orb, 10 of all stats. Here comes the push though.
Also relocate up to top lane though. Dendy and Seneko, they're training for Raxus. Next come in, he ate the refresher shot. He does have the Chronosphere available. He cannot get mega creeps here as Dendy is attempting to. He's being left alone here. He does have a TP button in the backpack. He cannot go back to defend this here. And M19, they go for juggler right now. There's no one cliff. They're just committing for it.
But will they have creeps
bought
here?
Back. They still holding on to the Chronosphere. They can just use it for the Ancient at some point. Lizzie with the BKB, they're hitting it. Yeah, the Chronosphere, the fountain. They're also fine. Weavy's not coming back.
Dendy
M19 on the verge of winning that fight, but they actually turn it around. They're not coming for the Ancient. They
can't.
Not have a creep wave? The backdoor region is back.
Yeah, Dendy killed the creep wave that spawned in addition to like pushing, and now he's doing it again.
Oh my god. What is this game, Mr. Lee?
And like, they have Aegis on Void, but like, who cares? Like, who's gonna kill the Void?
At the center mid here, gets a blade mail off. Static Storm eats the cheese again. And now Dendy peeping out. They need a bash or something, but Nyx is nowhere to be seen. They get the moves back at Roger as well. So the second look ball, he doesn't fight it. What's my status anyway? Chronosphere at that point. The Crusher Shot was used on Disrupt as well, I believe, unless they give it over to someone else. So it's only the one Chrono. Hookshot in middle lane. General trying to delay as much as they can, and
he's just killing the creeps.
Rid of the creep wave, yeah. Gets them up to the high ground, Tombs are committed. Should be enough to get that kill. The silence will do him a whole round. General also, but yeah, hashtag
Snako.
Dendy or Crystallize can really withstand that if they caught him.
Oh, is Senny going to get caught here?
He pops BKB. Puts that on cooldown. And Chronosphere still catches him here. Pikachu on the outside. The right clicking away from this arm on the face is Void. Still gets the damage off here. Nyx ready to follow up. He sends on the back here. Finishes up Muriel. Nyx actually in a lot of trouble, but does have that Aegis. Very happy to continue, but no more Chronosphere. Crystallize, silence up, they can bring him down. Maybe they can do it.
Pikachu, you have BKB. Why do you not use it?
This Pikachu is coming back into the fray here with the boots of travel on the next creep wave. And okay,
Roger's cutting it though.
He's cutting it. I think there's still backdoor region here. The Lost Undying, the Lost Blizzy, Gem on attack. Navi too strong with a buyback from Dendy. They will lose Roger again. Fights back immediately too. It's time to run low on those though. Only M19 as well as Seneko, I guess, will have it. But now, Nyx get this kill. This will be so big here. They can indeed. 100 seconds on the sideline. Void, again though, he's the one who still has buyback on M19 to relocate forward only from Seneko. They're trying to body block Pikachu. Pops the BKB, this time no cheese. Give him an extra bit of life, and it will indeed be a dieback. Triple kill for General of all people as he snipes that one with the rockets. And now, it's only faces Void here.
Pressure for double Chrono. You don't have the stats.
Nope. Oh no. 10 Chrono. And he can get it on Dendy, and he will. Only Dendy though. Seneko linked up with Crystallis already, so no relocation shenanigans, but the time ups on Weaver, not enough.
That's a dieback.
Oh, yes indeed. Everything is a dieback at this point, apart from Seneko. The only one has that, but there it is. Disruptor. He will fall. Use the Static Storm from heals, I guess. Well done for Nix. He needs to buy more time, gets as many kills as he can, but the Everton being channeled up by Roger. Gets a burst strike off in the back. Lizzie being healed up by the Undying. Roger's still alive, but Crystallize coming in. Second chrono, doesn't have enough mana for it. He just needs like another 60 and needs to get a time walk off. Gets controlled up with the Hex as well as the power card, and this should be it. Nix cannot make it back to base, and GG has called M19. Just outplayed. Objective-based gaming from Navi. Creep skips.
But then you're usually going straight for that Kaya, which is going to be like 2,000 gold. And then on top of that, you then want to go for blood. The first blood to be in his lane, just due to the nature of the way he plays. As he may get run down here by the Doom. Shockwave.
Well,
he's fast though.
Pikachu, but he's pretty fast and pretty healthy with the regen. Kind of crazy to have plus 13 without a tango at this stage of the game. Oh, the reactions though! The long range nukes here from both sides actually.
And they got the more slow.
Each, and Muriel looking for more. He doesn't heals this time, but no one else rotating in. The tower is just busy shooting creeps. Really helping out either.
I don't think getting kills on your Wisp is a bad idea. The hero just offers so much with additional stats as they may go on the brew here.
Lizzie not quite level 6 just yet himself. Trying to get the clap off at least, but I'm just going to be wrecking now. This is what you want to use Raze. The Rage has a lot of nice, so he's making the most out of the 3 farm down bottom.
It's a lot more quality of last hits so for him than for Dendi, right? Dendi's only getting about 16 gold from like these small centaur camps. For creep at least. So
but actually minute up top, Leipzig used to rage a little bit earlier for some harassment. Now Snake has to come in to link up with him, gets lifted up in the air. The temper's still going now, the extra rage not enough though, and now Snako by himself being run down, another stun, another couple of right clicks, you with a double kill. Sharkwave once again. He goes with available. Lizzie. Still 40 seconds on the sidelines.
Middle lane.
Middle lane. Oh, they're running down Queen of Pain. Does it get another link off? It can, just in time, but well, Pikachu turn things around. They do bring down Crystallize. They look for General as well. They might need to throw that big old ultimate, and they will, just to make sure. Don't really have the extra skills to work with. And a Shockwave again. Pikachu with the nukes.
Here though.
Coming in now. Also reveals that the other side is on, but on a high ground, Roger spotted out. They're still bursting down Muriel. That'll be enough to roar at the same time on Broodmother, so they get a 2-form special. Maybe, man, it's just in time, but the turnaround is there. Nix is once a Brewmaster. They trade for Beast. Now
Doom
the Doom on to Crystallize, so no more shenanigans from him. Little stun there from Roger, but not enough to help his buddy out. So 2 for 2 trade, and overall a little bit in favor of M19. Relocate on cooldown too. Yeah.
Can they get Snako first though?
Well, see him now, blink forward. Just throw out the ultimate, that'll be enough. Shockwave, don't even need it. Just even fighting shape right now, even with the Kaya.
He's Devour though, kind of counters the Beastmaster's additional summon unit as Nyx goes for the stun.
It's a very tanky Doom, does get the Scorch off before the Roar, and that means they have to abandon this camp. Well, or maybe not. Roger, he's been dead at up, doesn't like the inside of him. Just gotta wait for someone to come back to relocate. Down, the double stun available here, the burst down Doom after all. Then it's Snake together. To bring down even with the stun and the Annabelle level 2. Actually could be enough damage. Oh, the stun there as he's trying to farm with the Queen Wave. That ensures it.
Make those plays in my pubs. Just knowing ahead. Okay, I'm gonna scream now, Carapace now. Sets up that kill. Beastmaster in the top lane. Also looking to pressure this tower. He does have the Dark Troll Summoner here for the net.
Oh, okay, that's not the Bruce Split available. Doesn't get it off though, Dendi. The only 1 point about the unstable Vortex, but there's the kind of play that at least lose the Wisp squad. Muriel, but look at this damage here. Necrobook doing so much work here with all the extra creeps.
I think they scout the ward placement there.
Radiant's top tower is
Claiming quite a few of the battlings actually.
Doom, top lane, is going to die. To the Beastmaster Roar.
I'll do that to you.
Dire's structures are fortified.
With the problem, we're all a crazy amount of damage
Radiant's
out there.
top tower is under attack.
Alright, that is real split. They're gonna burst down Snaker first. No way out for him. No way for you to catch up. While severing himself from the creeps. Actually gets the net onto the campaign. Sending him over, but they want the real Beastmaster. General.
Nyx is here.
End up falling here. They do have the Sonic Grave in case they need it, but they're just holding on to it. A couple of right clicks, slowed down, but on summons, but they finally let it go. Defensively here, going into the jungle. If you start with the stun, you can still get mixed to fucking your target as well. Go for a quick pick and then leave.
Alright. Dendi. He's got his treads up if he unlocks.
Pikachu here, relocate in, set up by Roger and the roar coming through. Dendi just with a drive-by kill.
How he wants to pair with this seems to make plays on the map because he's been running around with Doom off cooldown for quite some time. Fiddling.
Good to get it off here, mana burn, but it did have enough. Did have enough magic one charges here, and that's all we'll discuss as well. Roger will fall despite this.
You think Beastmaster's going to go for this 100 wild axis damage? I'm wondering if it's for each axe or like 50 each. Just crystallize. Just goodbye, Quap.
The Hawk now with the extra health. It's much more annoying to deal with. Oh, there's Muriel spent way too much time with it, but I want to bait the Doom onto the real Stormblade. That's gonna be a big kill. Muriel's still alive, even the roar onto Doom. Not enough damage here from Muriel on the side.
There is an Orchid up on this Broodmother, so Dendi should be.
The Pikachu, Roger misses the stun. Pikachu actually turns to fight. Now Nyx coming in with help. They can skill storm a second time. It's so big. They don't get the actual kill. From 15 down to 6 charges pretty much immediately.
3-2-2.
Something like that. Fight continues though.
Brugos.
And that was my Io. Trying to make for the relocate flight. Comes back for the 3v kill. Meanwhile, General up top. There will be a bigger one. They catch him with the Linda's Curse just to buy some more time. Lizzie and Nyx to come in. They should eventually burn him down. Nyx. Planning that kill going in.
I think they know this Roche is going on, so Crystallize being like, okay, let's see if I can get some damage on the
That's a long zip through. There are some of these creeps at the very least. Unfortunately, not able to get the faster than a bit too early for that. Right up top here. Spike Carper full of no mana left. General coming in. Wants to find the Doom. Will have to burn some more of his mana or just his health points before it
Crystallize is here.
That'll work. Relocate forward. Nyx trying to TP out. Will not be successful here. Just enough damage per ball. If you have 5 of those, it's 500 damage. Before reduction. Not insignificant, and now that's a long zip. We'll crystallize inside. See it? I think he has it completed now, doesn't he? Yep. Yeah, the Orchid available for Dendi. Well, up top, alright, that's a good kill. Project. Just eliminating us.
Get out of here.
Maybe not. We gotta pick off really easily. Move into Ivan.
Interesting play from you. Top lane.
Oh, look at the mid lane here. The Orchid on the Beastmaster actually did quite a bit of damage to Pikachu. Yes, doing what he's worth. Gets the extra 400 gold from the creeps as well, so...
Neko's done
and
too.
a double kill. Okay, he just got... Okay, he's fighting back.
Look at where Roger is.
Going Ripple creeps are trying to make that play again, but Brewmaster with the split. Trying to control up some people, but the rest is already down. Pikachu and Nyx just focusing it down.
Doom on Roger mid will go down.
Right-click damage. And he will fall in lead. I'm still looking at this dice set base to see if now
217 or 250.
Pressure here. Aegis is down, they timed it out, so now General, actually Nyx blinking into him, but General wants more, he wants Pikachu.
Good silence.
Let's get the ultimate off, the silence to prevent the roar. Pikachu will still fall. So all the right clicks here, Nyx next on the list, silence up as well, but there it is, the Winter's Curse. Latest a little bit more, General will fall. They also need enough time for Nyx to actually get out, but Roger actually running right into him. Nendi will come in for the follow-up. Also claim an extra Bloodstone charge. Meanwhile, Crystallizing from Murid up top. They will spread M19 way too thin, and they get kills left, right, and center. Including 2, or thinking that there was a few more heroes next to him to kill him.
Look at that gold for Doom.
Okay, that's a long dip from them. He's looking to finish it off, but now the heals from Uriel. Again, they say no. General and Roger ready for the follow-up, but they actually miss the stun. Doom is still alive. Scorch Earth going down to net will actually be winked out of.
Oh, good Spike
ultimate
Kerberos.
dodge from Spike Kerberos. Roger, I think, is still not long for the world. So, cute play on...
Still in play, but we may have a fight mid, so I'll just shut up.
Find a big stun on him. One finds half the fighting, so it stands up with the blink up. That is the ultimate. We'll keep him in. There's a sizable amount of damage. Now the Hex to follow onto the Iron and want to find both of these, and they should be able to. Navi, not in the position to help out their buddies. Soneko with the tether. The blink out from General, there was... The region is disabled for the time being. They can do some damage up top. This comes through with a Bruise Split. Starting to work away at this building. Pikachu is there, but they're all in the backlines here. They're looking for the Doom, but it's being healed up. Delayed quite a bit here by the Winter Wyvern. Now silence up on Muriel. He will fall instead. The Doom does come out though onto Lifestealer. His Rage will go up, the right clicks, the nets, everything being dropped on him, and Crystallize will fall. He does have buyback, then he's still in the middle of that. They will finally finish off that secondary target. The big damage dealers are still there for M19. They... What's back to status? Might be back up at this point. I think it is. Yeah. And mid lane being taken care of by generals.
Roshan is up though. The pressure shard is here.
Two inside of M19. Okay, they're just gonna go straight up in here onto Stones of Soneko, trying to go for some sort of relocate play, but it's not fast enough.
Have the Scream. They have Bruce Split. They have Insatiable Hunger. Once they have the Sages.
Buyback and Dendy. Buyback and Crystallize. Alright, they can't get Roshan right now. In fact, they need to take a fight. They might! General blinking aggressively, and he's the one who's about to be bursted down. Nightwinter's Curse here to also find Soneko. And yeah, also set up to make sure the General can make a turnaround play. 2 heroes down. Yeah, buyback immediately. Roger will fall. Crystallize has to run away. Denny's out of mana. He's being silenced up and right click down. Gets a deny off, but it doesn't really matter. That's a dieback on him. They're looking for more. Crystallize. They can bring down this Lifestealer. Then it's all over, but the crying, the Rage will delay things a little bit further, but now the net comes out. Damage over time. 4 heroes down in Navi, and GG is called. That was a Hail Mary play, but General blinking in like that. M19 just quick on the fingers, ready to turn around and ready to leverage this insane amount of burst.
Well played by them. They just saw their kill opportunity and went. They were a lot better with how they managed to. It's like there's nothing you can do to change how people will play at Team Age.
Well, there's been a while where people went for this kind of Vanguard. I'll just put that on Winamp or something and press it every time Blizzy does it.
Alright, they got the Enchantress here. Might be First Blood.
Oh, that is.
+2.
Pete, you need to do some body blocks.
Body block?
And he gets it. Alright. Uriel winning the rune battles. Pikachu, he's still struggling mid though. Rogers spending a lot of time camping this. That on top of Viper being so obnoxious still. Partner's not having a fun time here.
They are doing a little bit of a loop here.
But Yum's coming through. All good. What is he scoured out now? Actually doing a bit of damage here, slowed down as well from the... I think it's connected. Just not all that strong. And now Roger, well, with the wraparound from Uriel, gets a double stun off. Might actually be saving his life. Stopping them fast. Let's get the heals. There's another clap. Uriel TPing out. You have that TP spell available right now.
Created.
It's making sure that drags everyone behind him. Maybe gets a creep deny even. But they're sleeping. They don't aggro unless you right. Roger not showing his face up top. He's the only one that can kind of stun something out of it and make him a bit worried. So instead he's just using the Sandstorm, just gets CS. Meanwhile on bottom, the fight continues. This time General. Heal is expired, but not from Soneko. Does store out the Golden Brace.
There is the Eclipse up, but you don't want to do it in a creep wave, so...
Yeah, it's kind of a waste at this point.
Oh, sun on... Never mind. Don't worry about top. Nothing's going to happen there.
Yeah.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
There's a bit of issues here with the even just 1 point up into the cost
Bottom lane.
but bottom lane there to see Eclipse, so we'll secure the kill. General, go for the trade here. Mango? Nyx is going for the trade. He does a little bit of damage in return, but at the same time. So 2-for-1 trade. They're still trying to run down General. He does have to heal off cooldown again. But the blast, Pikachu, not enough damage here. Just not enough. So General gets himself one of the mud golems, but the second blast will be enough.
He just wanted to multiplier, so Sand King, let's say he's got 400 mana points. 0.6 will be around 240 damage.
Yeah.
Times by the reduction, which is 7.
A strong sentiment is, I will say one thing. Mana point level 1 is utter garbage. Worst level.
I agree.
Okay, bottom lane. A bit of a toughly again. Navi diving deep here, and they're actually a bit of trouble. Doom, Muriel, Nyx actually jiving. Does get stunned up, but Roger, I don't think he has the rank the damage to make that work. The burrow strike coming through is Blizzy. Makes a wraparound play. Not quite enough damage here for General.
Have his battle
technically,
fury.
His CS is lasted empty nice. He has like 95 CS, right?
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
100 CS by 10 minutes is what I said, right?
Yeah. Good actually, right? Pikachu keeping out.
Dying out, actually. And now he has to do the walk.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna ping him the entire time.
So that's the one thing that we haven't really talked much about. Because there's constant action on this bottom lane. Another burst strike in the with Vibe and Blizzy. Sticking around here for a little bit longer. Roger siding here when he wants to throw his stun. Snake actually flew down to the low ground, gets the heal from himself as well as General, but the nuke's still enough. Another +2 here for the silencer. The Eclipse being used here, but doesn't have the vision on General. Only gets the 1 extra beam off. The heal's coming through as well, but at least gets the extra kill from Muriel. Double from silencer. Nyx actually in a little trouble here with the impetus damage. He will fall to this in General. Then one last right click. No impetus, no mana for it, but thrown down low enough before that to get the kill regardless. Now, you Mako coming in has to DP out themselves.
But that's kind of like a far ways off, so how they actually translate that is going to be really difficult.
Nyx running into Dendi here, who's doing a ridiculous amount of damage. General also in this General vicinity. Nyx still alive. General trying to get closer to the extra last at Dendi. It's going to be his instead. We'll take out to the poison. That's going to be bad.
Crystallized Doom.
Global silence down bottom. Yeah, that as well as the Doom committed to make sure that animation can blink out. It's going to be a good kill. Oh, he tried. And he couldn't get it. I believe that was another +2 intelligence as well. So Silencer can't be that fallback. X would have damaged it eventually, but M19 need to get to the point despite that kill on End Mage.
He's in trouble though. The Lunar Blessing before going back for the Moonglaves to help secure CS. But I really think that getting that extra point in Moonglaves over the Lunar Blessing helps, because the difference between level 3 and level 4 Moonglaves.
That's how they're gonna go Muriel. He right-clicked away. Crystal is also part of it here. The stun was focused on Pikachu. Does get the Rapid Nether Blast. Actually forcing Crystallize back for the time being. But M19 still loses a few other heroes elsewhere. Pikachu still alive though. Nyx still has the Eclipse to work with. He wants to throw it out on the Fly Carapace. It's actually on cooldown, but the blast enough to bring down the one Eclipse focus there on the Enchantress. Nyx. But yeah, back to Luna.
Yeah.
The extra points will be the blessing, but the fights continue up top this time. Mako gets an ultimate off and
+2.
He's surviving. Yeah, doesn't like a counter kill. Dendi goes on an ultimate of his own, but now gets the crab fight slowed down. Hume thinking about the Doom, but General also appearing there, having the field available. That was never really going to work out. So instead, he beat back to base. Pikachu also on the run. General slowed down by Muriel. 1 impetus, 2 impetus. 2 impeti. Is that the 2?
Good. Good sense.
Bar strike to get out. Should be fine. Never mind, Roger. I didn't see him wrapping around. It's an easy kill with the rest of his team. It's so scrappy this game. Going back into 4. Also not sure if that's the best idea.
He was thinking about the Doom and he's like, that's not good.
Someone to get out of vision range to snipe up. Quite funny now. Oh, the Spike Carapace on another blast. Again, Roger with the plays. That's maxed out too, even before the Impale or the Mana Burn.
Yep. That
take that at this point. They do have the Battlefield and Anti-Mage.
Yeah, and with the Nether Toxin, I think they can do it. Doom's on the Anti-Mage as you speak of him right now. Hume running him down, but he's juking Javid through the trees, cuts up. Doom, he's gonna run away. Anti-Mage, he wants revenge. Doom me, I'm coming back for you. Come here,
Not nearly as hype as you made it out to be. Come on, dude. It was just Doom without any sort of follow-up. And now, yeah, well, Navi is trying to work away at this ancient stack without the actual Anti-Mage. Leave it down, they can't actually take it.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
You're actually helping out a little bit with the Arcane first. But is he in the side? Oh, that's not the epicenter. No blink, but it's in good. Next spike at the worst possible moments here, but M19, they have to try and get the hell out of there. Oh, sniper on the silencer. They also bring down another crystallize with a few right clicks to finish up Lizzie. Defensively, this is never the way that you want to use it. We will mix up top. They could make the TP in. And I'm not sure about this Eclipse. As he uses defensively now as well, it would have lost the mana anyway. Looks like it's enough for if Crystallize pauses comes in. There's no tool available though. And Crystallize still gets that mana void off. At this point, it's level 2, it's workable.
Yeah, cool. General seems to be working towards that Hurricane Pike. Dendi, in the meantime, this casual Hooded Defiance has done a lot of work. It mitigates a lot of that damage coming out from the Pugna. As we have Roger going down to Lizzie. In the top lane with Silencer helping out. +2.
Roger, seeing what's happening here on the bottom side of M19, so plenty of space that you can do whatever you want. You know, but the fight might be brewing. General's just walking in with heal, precast. Lizzie with the epicenter, trying to burst him down. Doesn't even do anything. It's out of range with it. Nyx gets the Eclipse. Heal from Snako is enough though. With that, as well as the last 6 of the sprites. Bring down Nyx. The Doom coming through to finally take out the chance, but they get denied. They don't even get that satisfaction. Now break on Doom, just trying to TP out with the disarmament, then he cannot actually do the extra damage. So they get that at least, but
yeah, it's very nice for reflecting whether it's the Crepify or the Lucent Beam. But throwing the Aegis on the Anti-Mage also means that they can kind of split their efforts here. Crystallize can be aggressive. Okay.
Ooh, they get the dust off, Global Silence as well. They need to try and find a fight here, but Crystallize, he's fighting up his Pikachu. He does get the trade instantly. Roger, so it's a bit of control factor gone, but Snako is still looking for this absolute growth. Winter's Curse, but don't need it. Crystallize is too strong. Double kill for him. Just like that.
To make this work, he doesn't have Eclipse yet though, so they can probably delay at least, spam out the waves 1 or 2 more times, but how are they going to walk up?
Go strike Lizzie, dodge it out. That's at the epicenter, another blink in 10 seconds, they also have the Eclipse.
Human
at this point, I don't think it's going to do too much. Crystallize, he doesn't take damage from Lucent Beams anymore anyway. Viper, not really either, so it's going to have to be down to right clicks, but Nyx isn't really there at that point. He has no items whatsoever. Yeah, it is. Ah, the one's first. Crepify will keep him safe. The Doom coming out onto General. The backline's General, alright. This lies, he's got like epicenter being channeled up now. Comes in. But gets by Campus. Alright, alright. GG is strong. M19, they're just tumbling inside their own base. Flip coming through, Crystallize again, he doesn't even feel it. Ancient explodes, Navi with the victory here in game number 3. That's